Hey there, folks. Cowboy Dave here. Are you tired of using lands as your tokens? I mean, that is just shameful. Luckily, $10 patrons at MTGLexicon get these cool Inkling custom tokens of goblins and zombies. If you have something else to make, we throw in this cool foil customizable token for you, partner. $25 a month patrons after 2 months get an exclusive MTG Lexicon pin. And our $40 patrons after 2 months get an exclusive MTG Lexicon playmat with foil signatures from all of the hosts. Well, that's enough out of me. Enjoy the show, y'all.
Hello! Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's up?
We are MTGLexicon, and we're about to do something different. We're going to play some D&D tonight. You may know us for streaming Magic every Saturday, and now we are going to stream some D&D bi-weekly.
Every other Friday.
Every other Friday, yeah. Yeah. So we are just about to get started, finishing up a few more things. And we're about to start this fucking adventure. It's going to be sick. We are playing the campaign module, Rime of the Frost Maiden. I'm going to read this.
Okay, yep, let's get to it.
Okay. All right, here we go. The adventure begins. Icewinddale has become trapped in a perpetual winter that is getting worse by the day.
Dale, no!
Ferocious blizzards make the mountain pass through the spine of the world exceedingly treacherous, and this land has not felt the warmth of the sun in more than a year. In fact, the sun no longer appears above the mountains, not even in what should be the height of summer. In this frozen tundra, darkness and bitter cold reign as king and queen. It has become clear that this eternal winter is not a natural phenomenon, and most believe that foul magic is at play. An observation strengthened by the fact that a shimmering curtain of light illuminates the sky each night, almost as if a spell is being cast over the land. Some believe the everlasting winter to be the work of dark wizards and long-forgotten magic, while others blame mysterious creatures bubbling up from the Underdark. Still others believe that the everlasting winter is a punishment decreed by Oral the Frost Maiden, the god of winter's wrath. Most don't know what to believe, but nearly all agree that something has to be done about it before Icewinddale becomes not more than a frozen tomb. Dalefolk live in a scattering of settlements known as 10 towns. The drop-off in caravans coming from the south and travel between settlements in this never-ending winter has left everyone feeling isolated. Some townspeople, and even whole towns, have even begun to try and appease the Frost Maiden with sacrifices of one kind or another. For adventurers such as yourselves, 10 Towns is a place to test one's mettle, and in the spirit of heroes who have come before, leave one's mark on this frigid, blighted land. So that is the open. I realize I can't read chat while I'm doing that. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining us. I'll never move it. You can't make me. Oh, that's actually so much better. Now I can't see Dale, though.
You don't want to see Dale.
I'm so mad.
You can see him on the other screen.
So, one way or another, you adventurers have found yourself in Icewinddale. Whether it was posted on a notice board, shouted by some kind of town herald, or from a traveling merchant, you got this message. 10 Towns is in dire need of aid. Darkness and cold grips Icewinddale. 10 Towns needs adventurers, strong of arm and keen of mind, who are willing to help out as best they can. If that sounds like you, you are invited to meet with Speaker Duvessa Shane in Bryn Shander's Town Hall on the 1st of the month. Minimum payment of 10 gold per 10 day. All right. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, this is everyone's name. Dale is Duckblade, Jeff is playing Mason, and Brandon is playing Funame. And they will get to introduce themselves in just a moment. But you've all answered this call separately. So, but you did arrive on the same caravan. So you guys took a caravan. There's only one that goes up from Luskin into Icewinddale. Luskin is the northernmost town before the spine of the world. And there's only one caravan that goes up into the Dale every 10 day because of how treacherous it has been lately, because of the never-ending winter. You all caravan in, and the caravan takes you directly to Bryn Shander. So, Bryn Shander is the biggest town in Icewinddale. It is a population of about 1,200 people. You know the mayor there, or as they call them, speakers, is Duvessa Shane, the woman who has invited you adventurers to come and help out Icewinddale. And as you pass through the town gates, let me bring you guys to a map of Bryn Shander so you can see. So, this is what Bryn Shander looks like from a top-down view.
Oh, kind of like Winterfell.
Yeah, a little bit. So you can see that it is a circular city with 30-foot-high walled gates surrounding it.
What was the mayor's name again?
The mayor's name is Duvessa Shane. And the mayors are referred to as speakers in 10 towns.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you all arrive through the southwest gate, the gates crack open, and you see Bryn Shander proper. You see humans and dwarves milling around the town center, everyone huddled up in their cold weather gear, just like you guys are, knowing that you were heading into this perpetual winter. You all have thick fur coats and, thick leather breeches with fur-lined, insides all nice and comfy. But it is extremely cold. And as you pass through town, you eventually make it to the town hall, where the carriage driver lets you out. You enter in the town hall, and you guys meet Duvessa Shane. So, she sees you guys, and she says, "Thank you so much, adventurers, for coming to 10 Towns. We really appreciate it. We've had a lot of adventurers come through lately, and you're the most recent batch. Please, why don't you introduce yourselves to each other and to me as well?" She points at you, Duckblade.
Duckblade-a-miss.
Hello there, Duvessa. My name is Goblin Duckblade.
I wonder how long he keep up this.
It's not going to be long. I guarantee you that.
I am a mercenary looking to become stronger and stronger every day. I hear you have some quests that can be quite challenging.
Yes, Duckblade. It's a pleasure to meet you. Yeah, we have very many quests. Aren't you an interesting one? All right, and she points to the Furbolg. Dale is playing a Kenku monk, by the way, just in case anyone didn't pick up on that. Dale's a Kenku. Jeff is playing a Furbolg named Mason, and she points to you, Mason, and says, "Please introduce yourself to me and to everyone else."
Well, no.
Well,
I was born and raised in the northern ice spires of Faerun near the Black Plain. From a young age, I was fascinated with the construction of my settlement more than the wildlife and mountains surrounding it. As time went on, I tested the limits of my community, carving tables, walls, and chairs into places around the settlement which were thought to be unnecessary, excessive, and heretical. If the Furbolg were born of nature, wasn't everything they created nature's will as well? I took a step too far by cutting down a tree which my father planted before he was born to craft into an ornate bench for the tribe. I was excised, and I found myself banished as an orphan. I traveled south through the eternal blizzard to the weary giant inn in Stagwick, where I heard many tales of Tavis Burden and his bravery. My craftsmanship, gained me notoriety in the town of Stagwick, to which I adopted the name Mason after my fondness for stonework. I then traveled southeast to Silvery Moon so that I could bear witness to the Moon Bridge, a perfect synthesis of nature, magic, and infrastructure. During my stay, I met a cleric of the Church of Ilmater and spent years learning the teachings from him. One day, the cleric perished to disease, leaving me left to seek my own destiny. A town crier announced peril in Icewinddale, a place full of strife, suffering, sickness, and fear. I felt it was my holy duty to travel here and help those who would need the aid of Ilmater's healing gospel.
Hell yeah. I like to imagine that your character, Mason, literally tells his entire life story to everyone he meets. Everyone he meets. Hello, yes, my name is Mason. I hail from... And just goes on this whole tirade. She seems like a little impatient as you tell this whole story. She's like, okay, yeah, we get it. All right.
I'm a paladin, man.
Everyone has a thing.
I'm all about.
And then she goes, okay, Mason, wow, good job. Almost like a kindergarten teacher. And then she goes, she points to the high elf and goes, okay, what's your backstory in less words, hopefully?
I give a nod, and I looked quite irritated that two lesser beings went before I in introduction.
Uh-oh.
My name is Nim I Funime Ruatan Lapis o Atarathi, and that means, just for everybody else, because I'm not going to break this down, it means that it is my name, and at the end, I am of the house Ailarothi.
She looks at you, the speaker, like dumbfounded, and she goes, "You're going to need to shorten that down, honey. I'm not calling you all that."
You can call me Funime.
Okay, Funime, continue.
By the way, my name is in Elfish. If you know what it is, it's great. Okay.
You can tell everyone later
yeah.
what it translates to.
So I introduce myself by full name, and then I'm done.
Okay, there you go. No backstory.
I have a backstory. It's just
no. You do not. You are not obligated to say anything.
I am a high elf. I am Schnooty, and I have no reason to tell you unless otherwise deemed needed.
Darlene doesn't really know his business either.
Who writes the dialogue? We do, unfortunately.
Yes, it is a mixture of me homebrewing and the module campaign. Rime of the Frostmaiden. Yes. All right. So Duvessa looks at you all and says, "Well, as you probably know, this damned weather we're having isn't getting any better. In fact, it's getting worse by the day. Roads are becoming difficult to travel, and towns are getting desperate. People are getting desperate. And desperation breeds trouble. Some new calamity befalls one of the towns every day, it seems. Hell, I got cries for aid from half of 10 town speakers on my desk. A few 10 days passed. The councils of speakers agreed, a majority of the council anyway, that these extraordinary times require extraordinary measures. Aid from people with special talents who can look out for all of 10 towns, and not just from the towns they're from. Someone who can help put out fires as they crop up. Bad analogy, I guess, as we could use some warmth these days. And maybe even figure out what's going on with the terrible weather we've been having. Now, 10 towns ain't exactly overflowing with gold, but we're willing to offer each of you 10 gold pieces per 10 day if you stick around here and help out in any way you can. Plus, anything else you get paid along the way. Sound good?"
I give a nod.
Yeah. And she says, well, the last adventuring group that came in were pretty similar to yourselves. Three strangers came in. A tiefling, a halfling, and a half-orc warrior came in. And they decided to form up a group to tackle these problems we'll be having. And I thought that might be a good idea for you guys as well. What's up?
Give me your iPad.
Oh, iPad. Gotcha. There you are, my friend. So, yeah, she recommends. She says, basically the gist of what she's saying is that some of these troubles aren't going to be easy to solve by yourselves. And she's basically telling you guys that if you want to succeed in Icewinddale, that you should probably band together and, and tackle these problems as a team. Yeah, so that's what she says to you guys. I'm going to put on the map a token of Duckblade. This will represent where you guys are. Let me shrink this down a little bit. So, you guys are currently at the town hall, which I will make visible.
Can I roll for perception on Duckblade?
So, are you trying to get a vibe check on him?
I'm trying to vibe check him.
So that would be an insight roll.
Insight.
And then tell me specifically what you're trying to learn. Are you trying to basically gauge if what he was saying was true?
I'm gonna do a vibe check on both of them to see if I can if genuinely like, yeah, if they're can be trusted.
Okay, sure, yeah, just off your basic feelings on what they've said so far.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a d20 on Duckblade.
13 plus 2.
Plus 2. So, do you have proficiency in insight?
I got plus 2 plus 2.
Yeah, plus 2, exactly.
Plus
so you
4.
rolled a 17.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you everything that Duckblade says you believe is true.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't get any negative feelings from him.
All right, let's vibe check.
Yep. Go ahead and vibe check. Funame.
Funame. Oh, that's a 2.
Oh, that's
4.
a 2. So basically, this means that you're uncertain. You're not able to. You're not able to ascertain his vibe,
Okay,
really.
all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Which kind of makes sense since he didn't really say anything except his name, and he's just I imagine he's standing there with his arms crossed. What are you doing, Brandon? Are you just like brooding in your cloak?
I am brooding, yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, totally.
See, he's
uncertain.
brooding.
Well,
yeah.
I'm not totally. I'm just kind of like, I don't know about this guy.
So she's looking at you all, and she's going, "Huh? You guys gonna group together?"
If you insist, I will bring the Birdman.
She says, "Perfect. Well, let's see if I can give you a head start. Where to begin? Well, here's one from Tourmaline, arrived a few days ago. Apparently some kobolds got into the gem mine there, and the town militia aren't seeming to do much about it. Seems about as good a place to start as any, if you're up for it." And she hands you guys a map. And somebody can hold on to this if they want. She hands it to Mason. But if anyone wants to...
I got a map of what?
You have a map of Icewinddale.
Oh.
And I will bring that up on the screen so you can see. So this is what you guys see here. So this is the map. Oh. There we go. Make that bigger. So this is the map of Icewinddale. It's a little hard to see because you guys are far away. But Bryn Shander is here in the middle. And then she, on the map, marks all 10 of the towns. Kelvin's Cairn, which she says is where the dwarves live. The sea-moving ice to the north is where the north ends and the sea begins. There's a giant glacier to the east, named the Reghead Glacier. And then these mountains at the bottom is what you pass through to get to 10 towns, and that's called the Spine of the World. And then the town that she just recommended to you guys, Tourmaline, is right to the northeast. And then you guys have that map, so if you need any further references, I'll be able to tell you exactly where, because you guys are able to look at your map. Yeah, so you all are kind of just still standing there, and
So-
she's kind of tapping her toe, and she says, well, I'm gonna go now.
What?
Come back in a 10-day, and you'll get your 10 gold pieces for helping out in the Dale. And
I want-
she kind of looks at you misfits and just like kind of shrugs her shoulders.
What? Can I ask her a
yeah,
question?
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Speaker, what will you have us do in Termaland?
Well, yes, yeah. As far as I know, the speaker left a note for me saying that some kobolds had taken over the gem mines. So I imagine what you would do is you would head to Tourmaline and talk with the mayor there, and they would fill you in deeper on the situation, of course. And I'm sure they would have some reward for you, and then, from there, anything else that befalls you.
Dubessa,
Yes, Duckblade.
how far away is it?
Yes. Tourmaline is quite a march to the northeast. I'd say it's about 5 hours on foot. You'll definitely be looking to get yourself some steeds. Yes, there's quite a few places around town where you can purchase dog sleds, or most adventurers prefer axe beaks, as they traverse the snow much quicker and don't need as many rests.
What's an axe beak?
Oh, yes. I imagine you wouldn't be familiar with it since you're not from the north. Axebeaks are these bipedal giant bird creatures, named axebeaks because their beak ends in a kind of axe formation. And they're very large enough to ride on.
Those sound exquisite.
Yes, they are. I have one myself, and her name is Buttercup. She's beautiful. But they're on the expensive side. They're, as far as I know, they're 50 gold pieces to buy.
What?
Yes. Speaking of which, we didn't have you guys roll for gold.
No, I haven't.
Give me just one moment, and we will have you guys roll for gold.
So,
Duckblade turns over to Mason and says,
you seem to know what you're doing. You want to go and do this?
I have no issues.
Alright.
and Duckblade just starts walking towards the door.
What's Funame doing?
I was gonna say I was waiting for her to leave.
Yeah.
You might-
She's gone back into her office. You guys are just in the main area of the town hall now. Yeah.
I request to see the map.
Let's wait and check. Let's count our gold first, and you request. You just request to see the map. Or are you gonna
Yes.
ask me?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna request to see the map, but then you continue.
How are you requesting?
I'm just saying like what I'm gonna do. So okay.
Yeah. Say what does your character say?
I'm blanking on your name, Mason. There we
Mason.
go.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
You can also look over here, and you'll see everyone's name too.
Okay. Mason, do you mind if I see the map?
I do.
And why is that?
As far as I know, you're not even going on this quest, so why would I give you my map?
What would make you think that?
You said nothing to me, and you did not request to join Duckblade and I.
A high elf does not have to acknowledge via voice if I give a nod. My nod and word is bond.
Well, I do not have to acknowledge your request for my map.
Duckblade is standing outside.
Yeah. Yeah, Duckblade's not a part of this conversation. Let's have you guys roll for gold real quick.
All right.
So the monk rolls 5d4.
Oh, sweet.
So go ahead and roll 5d4, and that's the amount of gold you're going to get. Paladin is 5d4 times 10.
Holy shit.
Yeah, the monk, I mean, you don't have a lot of possessions, so...
It's a 5D4.
Yep, so just go ahead and roll it 5 times and just keep track of what you roll.
Well,
Paladin is 5d4 times 10, and the wizard is 4d4 times 10. So, Brandon, go ahead and roll 4d4. So, yeah. So that's it. You guys were still arguing about the map. That's great. Love that the very first conversation is about who and who cannot see the map.
well, if that's it, I'm going to head out now.
Sorry, you asked us to count gold while we were talking about maps.
No, I asked before we talked about the map.
We did both.
You interrupted me while I was talking.
Duckblade
I did
barges
not,
in
but
and
that's
goes,
fine.
Be patient, friend.
Sorry. Why do you not trust me to view the map?
Listen,
If we are a party, we are unable to function if we cannot trust each other with the most basic things.
So now you're a part of the party.
I said I was before.
You said nothing. I don't acknowledge a wordless agreement.
Fine. Have it your way, giant.
All right.
Now may I see the map?
I begrudgingly hand the map over to this fuck.
I look at it and I begrudgingly hand it back.
Thank you.
Did you commit the map to memory?
Yes.
Yeah, nice. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, so you guys walk outside into the streets of Bryn Shander. You know, it's mid-afternoon. It's bustling. Majority humans and dwarves who are going around. Everyone seems pretty rugged. In the center square, you see a bunch of little shops, people selling gear, ropes, hooks, swords, shields, food. Everyone's peddling their wares in the middle of town. And you see, right in front of you, so across from the town hall, you see a large male Goliath, a female halfling, and a female tiefling who seem to be talking to these group of dwarves. And they seem to just brush them off and say, go away. And the dwarves don't look good. They look like they lost a fight. Some of them have black eyes. They're bleeding. There's about 4 of them. And they kind of just look downtrodden and just kind of stand there. And those 3 keep walking away. They look like adventurers to you guys. I mean, they have their weapons strapped across their back. The tiefling clearly has a spell book in her hand. They look like another group of fellow adventurers. They hop on their axe beaks, and they start riding past you guys. And you overhear this. You overhear the Goliath say, "I say we look for Oya Monartark. She will know what curse has befallen Icewinddale. I am certain of it." And then the tiefling with the spellbook says, "You just want to test yourself against her, which is a bad idea on its own. Besides, how is hunting down a werebear going to get us paid? I knew we should have said yes to that wizard who wanted us to look for Nethery's ruins." And then the female halfling speaks up. "If we can end this damnable winter, surely there'll be some gold in it for us. I'm with Makingo. I know a guide up in Targos who can help us search." And then they go out of earshot. They are riding to the north. And as they pass earshot from you guys, the beaten up dwarves look up and see you guys, and they start walking over.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, so you can see that the 4 stocky figures, they have snowshoes slung over their backs, and they have ice picks fastened to their belts. 2 of them have thick beards. The third holds up a gloved hand and says through a thick wool scarf in a raspy voice, "Well met. I'm Haruna, and these are my friends Korux and Storn. We need help, and you look capable."
How can we help you?
Okay. Yeah. Well, we're the survivors of a group of dwarves tasked with delivering a sled of iron ingots to Bryn Shander. A Yeti surprised us and killed a member of our group. The rest of us fled as the Yeti tore Ubak limb from limb. Ugh. Now, we need someone to go back and get the sled for us. As payment, we would offer each of you a gemstone worth 50 gold pieces. And she kind of opens her jacket just a little bit, and you guys can see some sparkling gemstones in a pouch she has in there.
This Yeti, what do you know about it?
She says, not much more than any other Yeti. They caught us by surprise. Now listen, the friendship of the dwarves in Icewinddale can also be a boon in these harsh times.
I ask in Dwarvish, because I speak Dwarvish.
Yeah, absolutely.
I say, do you need help? Can I heal you?
They say, nothing a couple drinks in the inn won't fix. Nah, we'll rest up and be fine. No, we're just in no shape to head back out into the tundra.
Duckblade takes note of what he said to them, but doesn't know what he said.
Okay, yeah, so you're just kind of keeping it in your mind in Dwarvish? Yeah, gotcha.
Mm.
Yeah, but she looks at you guys and says, listen, we'll be staying at the inn, which is, the inn is called the Northlook. And she points north, and you guys will be able to, she points out where the inn is, and you guys will be able to see that on your map. So that's the Northlook right there. And she says, we'll be staying there for a few days to get us back on our feet. If you happen upon the sled, or if you take our quest, meet us back there.
Oh, rest well. We may speak again.
Thank you. And they start picking themselves up and walking north.
Well,
The North Look, right?
Yep, the Northlook, yeah.
Are they out of earshot?
They are now out of earshot, yes.
I turned to Duckblade turns to Mace and said,
What did you say to them?
I asked them if they needed help.
Just if they needed help?
If they needed to they looked quite broken by their adventure, and I wanted to see if I could heal them with the powers bestowed on me by Ilmatech.
Oh, so that's if they needed help and if they needed you to heal them. You needed,
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
So, I suggest if we are going
I take note of that.
on this quest to Tourmaline, let's see if we can get one of these axe beaks, or one for each of us.
Axe speaks?
Axe beaks.
Axe beaks, the large bipedal bird mounts
Oh, gotcha.
that are popular with adventurers in 10 towns who can afford them.
So, can I do a perception to see if I can see like any kind of signs or?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. No perception needed. You
Yeah.
see signs for stables
Mm-hmm.
at every gate. So there's a gate to the north that has a stable.
Mhm.
There's a gate to the east that has a stable, and then the gate through the south, which you guys came from, also has a set of stables. And you know that is where you would purchase any kind of mount or anything. Yeah.
To the south, or
To the east or to the north. Yeah. Yeah. This is a very large town, so
All right.
every
Well,
entrance has a stable.
I turn to my cohorts and I say, I'm going to search north for a proper mount. You can follow me if you will, and we will meet back here in 2 hours.
The Duvessa said they cost like 50 gold.
Gold is no issue for me.
Really quick question for the DM.
Good.
What's the shops in the market?
Yes, so there are many shops in the market. They sell every kind of mundane weapon. So you see a bunch of swords, great swords, shields. You also see a variety of adventuring gear like ropes and hooks. There's a lot of food. And there is also a stall where you see someone almost like stirring a big cauldron, and they have some vials of liquid on their stall.
Sweet.
You think that they might sell some kind of potion or something.
Okay. I think that is a great idea. I will go to the market and see if there's any supplies that we can possibly make use of.
So everyone starts with a pack. Some of you have started with an adventuring pack or a dungeoneering pack.
I got the adventurer's
Yeah,
pack.
I got the
Adventurer.
adventurer's pack.
Okay, so that comes with 50 feet of rope and a bunch of other stuff already.
I got backpack with a tinderbox, a bedroll, 10 torches,
Yep.
10 days ration, 50 feet of rope,
Yep.
and what else?
No, I think that's it.
Oh,
That's
okay.
that's what it comes with. Yeah.
I'd like to go to the shop or like a blacksmith shop type thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was acknowledging Jeff, so I plan to hit the
most of the blacksmith shops are run by dwarves, and you see just a variety of iron weaponry. You know, swords, long swords, scimitars, daggers. And as you walk up, the dwarf looks up and goes, "Oh, hello. What can I get for you? What are you looking for?" He looks like he hasn't seen a Kenku before.
Hello, I'm Dolan Duckload.
Hello, Duckblade.
And then I repeat in Mason's voice using my mimicry the dwarvish phrase, "Do you need healing?" And then I give him a look like, "Are you impressed?"
He looks up and he says, learned a bit of dwarvish, I see. No, I'm okay.
That's good. So, I'm looking for 10 foot of, like a grappling hook. So like 10 foot of rope with a hook on it.
Okay, well, I have plenty of hooks. I can sell you one. I don't sell any rope here, but I know some of the other shops do sell some rope.
So, is it easy to tie a rope onto a hook?
Yes, I make the holes big enough so that they're easy to tie onto.
Oh, awesome. How much is a hook?
Yeah, so for this big one here, and he holds it up, it's going to be a silver piece.
So
And then 10 silver pieces is 1 gold piece.
okay. That's grand.
And he looks at you and he gives you a sly eye and he says, "You do have money, don't you?"
Oh, I am money.
I hold up a gold coin.
Okay, good. Good, making sure.
I hand the gold coin to the dwarf.
Yeah, and he'll hand you the hook and then he'll give you 9 silver pieces back. And he says, "All right, Duckblade, you said. Well, take good care of yourself."
Awesome. Hey, by the way, can I ask you something?
Sure.
How do you say hello and goodbye in Dwarvish?
He'll tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll tell you what they are.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Find Familiar,
Yeah, absolutely.
and I'm going to summon an owl. It takes 1 hour for the conjuration to complete.
So while you're concentrating on a spell, you can do basic things like walk and keep simple conversation.
Yeah.
You just can't do anything strenuous.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to continue to look at the shops. Do you have a list of all items?
I do not. If you want to tell me what you're looking for, I can let you know if you see it.
I'm just looking at swords at the moment.
Yes. So they have short swords and long swords, in addition to different types of swords as well, like rapiers, scimitars, great swords, stuff like that. Yeah. And then Mason, when you walk over to the stables, you see a young human boy who's kind of keeping care of all these dogs and axbeaks, and he says, well met. What can I do for you? Did you leave a mount here earlier?
No, I am looking to purchase one. Can I see the amounts for sale, please?
Absolutely, yes. We have a bunch of dogs in this corner, and he points you to where all the dogs and the sleds are. And then he says, and if you're looking for something bigger, we have a couple axe beaks for sale back there. And he points, and you see 4 penned axe beaks. 2 of them are speckled, black and white. One of them is yellow, like a chocobo, and another one is pink and white speckled.
Okay.
And he says, we do rent. We don't rent the axe beaks, but you can rent the dog sleds. Those are 10 gold to rent, or 30 gold to purchase, and then we sell the axe beak mounts for 50 gold each.
Okay. Can I take a closer look at the axe beaks, please?
Oh, please be my guest.
All right. So, as a furbolg, I have speech of beast and leaf, so I can talk to animals basically. I can communicate with them, but I can't understand what they're communicating back
Yes,
to me.
exactly. Yeah, you can communicate very basic things with these animals. Yeah.
So I am going to scan the room. You know, I'm quiet and I'm stoic, and I'm gonna create like a space for them, and I'm going to say greetings to them. I'm going to greet them. I say greetings, Axe Beaks. and I want to get their attention. The purpose is to get their attention to look at me.
Yeah. They all look at you and they all kind of go, and the human boy, he kind of looks over and goes, oh, okay. He's never like really seen anything like that. And yeah, all the 4 axe beaks are like looking directly at you.
And I want to, I guess some basic things. This is pretty basic. Which among you is the strongest?
They all seem a little. They all kind of look at each other and they're kind of like, and then they all point. They all turn their heads towards the furthest left, black and speckled one.
All right, I'm gonna.
And he kind of puffs up his feathers a little bit, and he's like, "Hell, look at me."
All right, I'm gonna walk over to that axe beak.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask them. I guess this isn't. That's a little bit more complex. I'm gonna ask. Do you want to come with me?
Yeah. The axe beaks looks at you, and he's like, okay.
All right.
yeah. He kind of like shakes his head. Yeah.
All right, and I pat the axe beak on the shoulder, and I turn to the boy and I say, "I will take this one."
He says, perfect. Yeah, we'll include the saddle and reins for free. And that'll be 50 gold, sir.
Thank you, and I will gladly hand him his 50 gold piece.
Yeah, you got it.
And I am down to 100 gold.
Perfect.
1 million ants.
1 million.
All right, and then back to Funame. What are you looking for
So
in the shop specifically?
I'm looking for short swords.
Yes, you see many across many stalls.
Are there any rare or magical ones?
Not that you can see. They all kind of seem like they were made in the same like dwarven mine. You know, like they were all made by the same person.
Mm-hmm.
They all seem very basic, steel short swords.
I'm gonna go up to one of the vendors and just ask, how much for this fine craft? As I point to a short sword.
Yeah. They said, this one, sharp as a razor. This is 10 gold pieces each for the short swords.
Okay. I am going to buy a short sword.
Perfect. You got it. You have a short sword. Short swords are 1d6 piercing, and they are a finesse and light weapon.
I forgot to ask if these axe beaks can carry me.
Yes, yeah. So you can see that the axe beak is like a little more weighted down than usual, but they're pretty big and strong.
Okay,
Yeah. They're able to carry you.
So
yeah.
they're like kind of like a horse but a bird.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
This actually might be odd.
They're basically chocobos.
Okay.
Can I ask any of the blacksmiths if they have any broken or slightly cracked swords?
He looks at you and goes, huh? And he like reaches down below the stall and pulls out like a little basket of stuff, and he says, yeah, these are all the defects. I mean, I could sell these to you for cheap.
I look through the box and see if there's one with a single crack in it.
One with a single crack? Yeah. So you see, are you looking for a short sword?
I'm looking for a short sword.
Yeah, you see a short sword with like a big hairline crack all the way down the middle, and he says, yeah, this one broke during forging. You know what? I'll give this one to you just for the price of the metal. How about 1 gold piece for this one?
I'll take it.
All right, you got it.
Duckblade wants to try to buy 10 foot of rope.
You have rope.
Duckblade will just tie the hook onto his existing
Okay,
rope.
on the existing rope. Okay, so you have 50 feet of rope with a hook at the end of it.
Okay, so did you want to do anything? Because I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I want to
Mason.
go to the. I want to go to the shops and.
Yeah, absolutely.
And,
Okay.
Pick up some more rations and some food for the axe beak.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, so the stables will sell you rations for the mount specifically.
Okay. Well, then I realized that. Oh yeah, I need to get food for this.
Yeah.
And then I come back and I say, "Excuse me, boy,
Boy, there.
Boy.
boy."
He'll sell you 8 days of rations for 5 gold pieces.
8 days for 5 gold
Yep.
pieces.
And it's basically a bunch of grain with like dried up fruit and stuff in a big satchel.
Could
okay.
one eat that themselves?
If desperate, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely, yeah. It's I mean it's fit enough for people. Yeah.
Okay.
Just let me know when you're
eight
done.
8 days of rations.
Yep.
And we're going to another town very shortly in 5 hours. So yeah, I agree, and I buy the bag.
Yeah. Yeah. He says absolutely. He says, "Thank you so much, Mister, for spending so much here. We don't we don't get many high rollers coming through the stables."
Money is no issue for me.
Now Duckblade walks in.
Okay, Duckblade is at the stables.
I kind of look at him and wonders if he wants some of the ration. Is it? And I'm gonna ask. I'm curious. I don't think I've even seen a Korku.
Kenku before.
I don't think I've even seen it.
Yeah, I mean it's up to you for your
yeah.
character. They are a bit on the rare side,
Yeah,
so you know.
It's Duckblade, was it?
Yes.
I've been many places. I've even been to Silvery Moon, and I've never seen someone quite like you. May I ask, where do you come from?
This is what axe beaks look like, in case anyone was wondering.
Yeah, they're chocobos.
Yeah, they're winter chocobos. Yeah, and they have an axe for a beak. Yeah.
Could you eat an axe beak in desperate times? I assume so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good soup.
Let's do a question for a question. Well, I'll answer your question. I'll give you a question. Well, like all monks, conquerors, I'm from the Sky Monastery.
I've only heard tale of such a place.
Okay, so I guess I'll go a little deeper into my backstory. I'm from a sky temple where those Kenku lived there. Originally, Kenku had wings and could fly, but they were punished by their god and forced to be servants at their temple for trying to steal something. I'm special. Most of them don't have the ability to think for themselves, but I'm different. So I was sent off to go learn some more.
I am a little confused and bewildered. I kind of look down at my bag of axe blade rations, and I kind of gesture like I got some good treats.
Do you want this?
Go, huh?
So my question is, can that axe be take 2 people?
So, axe beaks can carry 2 people, but for how big Mason is, they would not be able to fit 2 people on that one.
Yeah.
You think though, between how light you and Funame are, you think you could definitely fit both of you onto one axe beak.
I look at the axe beak, and I kind of I look at him, and I kind of gesture. You know, I think I've built a little bit of a relationship with this guy, right? Like this axe beak knows that I can communicate. I kind of look at you, and I look at him, and I point at both of us, and I just want to see the axe beak's reaction.
Yeah, it looks at you, and it's already kind of like hunched down a little bit from your weight, and it just goes, no.
Yeah. I don't think that this axe beak can carry both of us. Sorry. I don't want to mount him right now, so he's kind of walking beside me.
Yeah, you can walk him with you.
Yeah.
They do recommend to keep them in the stables, but people move between stable and stable, so it's not super
inappropriate.
Yeah.
It's not crazy. Okay.
As long as you're not taking them into the inn or anything,
No,
you're
okay,
fine.
yeah.
In response, Duckblade nods understandingly, happily takes a handful of grain and starts scarfing it down as if he's hasn't had a meal in a while.
All right. Oh, nice. Okay, so you enjoyed that. All right. So I'll consider that still 8 days of rations since it's my
Yeah. It's still 8 days.
All right. And I say, well, I'm glad that you got something to eat. Let's. I I still want to go buy some more
Yeah,
rations
absolutely.
and check out. I also want to see if I could find some like a dwarven shop.
Yeah, there's plenty. There's
Schwab.
plenty. They sell any mundane weapon you can think of. Yeah.
Is there like a smithy or like a forge?
There is a forge. It's right off of the main square, and you see a sign labeled Black Iron Blades, and they seem to be a forge of some kind.
All right, let's go there first. I walk over to there and I tie my axe beak onto the outside of the shop just so it doesn't leave.
Yeah, so inside you see a young human girl behind a counter, and then in the back you see a forge area, and you see an elderly dwarf kind of just banging on an anvil. Bing, bing, bing. And as you walk in, the human girl says, "Hi, what can I do for you?"
Greetings. I'm looking for a dwarven smith I'm looking for a dwarven smith, please.
Well, you found one. me adopted grandpappy. And the dwarf looks over at you and says, "Aye," and then he goes back to the anvil and is just smashing on a sword.
Let's greet him in dwarvish.
Yeah. He looks back sharply and then he goes, and then he greets you in dwarvish.
All right, awesome. And let's continue the conversation in dwarvish, and I'll ask him to take a look at my warhammer and see if he has anything better than what I have.
Yeah. He takes a look at your warhammer and he says, fine work. Not dwarvish, but fine work. I couldn't do better myself. Yeah. Unless you had something better than iron or steel. Yeah.
I'm looking for then let's ask for some crossbow bolts, and I put my crossbow on the counter and I said I need some bolts for this weapon.
He says, absolutely. Let me see. And I know I made some bolts the other day, and he goes into the back and he comes out with like a basket, and he says, the bolts are a silver piece each.
A silver piece.
These are finely made, dwarven iron.
Dwarven iron. Let's see. Let's grab 20 bolts.
20 more bolts?
Yeah,
okay.
So that's 20 silver, and I have 95 gold.
Yep,
so
that'll be 2 gold pieces.
All right, awesome.
For 20 more bolts.
So I'm down to 93.
Yep.
And I say, have a good day, and I will close up this by heading towards a meat shop. And
He says, he says in dwarvish, come back anytime.
And I say thank you.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. Anything else in the shops?
Yes, now that he's done.
Yep, go ahead.
I thank the dwarf for the generous gift.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as I start walking throughout the market, I'm going to cast Mending on it.
You do so, yeah. And your magic infuses into the blade, and you see that crack seal up, and you now have a perfectly fit short sword in front of you.
I'm also on the hunt for high-density food, such as elven bread.
You do not find any elven bread. A lot of the food you see is either human or dwarvish. You see a lot of stews for food that's readily available to eat, like right now. And then all the rations seem to be, like stuffed sourdough bread and jerky and dried fruits and vegetables and such.
How much for the jerky?
So rations are a silver piece a day.
And that's for moderate?
Yes.
Oh, I gotta write this down. Let's see.
Rations are a silver piece a day?
Silver piece a day.
I will get 3 days worth.
Yeah. Go ahead. Mark down the gold. Everyone should have already started with 10 days worth of rations.
Okay,
so
cool.
it's not something you super need to worry about. Yeah. But it's always good to have some on hand.
Okay, and you said they're what, 1 silver piece a day?
1 silver piece a day for rations.
Dolan will learn his lesson.
Days.
So, right now, Dolan is trying to haggle with the stable thing.
So listen, I know it costs 10 gold to rent a dog sled, but I have 9 gold and 9 silver. Can't you just work it out?
And then armor. I'm
I love
looking
it.
for armor.
Okay.
I'm looking for anything that is leather, I guess. Like a heavier leather, because I don't have any leather armor. I don't have any armor. So I'm looking for either leather or studded.
So, you do find plenty of leather armor. There are no studded armor currently in any of the. So you find leather armor, and you find chain shirts and half plate and ring mail. Those are the only armors that you find, and the leather armor is currently going, for 10 gold pieces.
Ooh, so much for the leather
Yep.
armor.
And the AC on that is going to be 11 plus your dexterity modifier. Are you proficient in light armor?
I
think
believe.
I think you are because you're a blade singer.
Yeah,
Oh, you might not be yet because you haven't taken
the
the
blade singer.
because you'll get that at level 2, I believe.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I don't have any armor.
Yeah, but you could hold on to it for now and then put it on when you become proficient. Yeah, so the leather is going to be 10 gold pieces.
What about a chain shirt? How much is that?
A chain shirt is going to be medium armor. I don't know if a blade singer is going to be proficient in medium armor.
I think it's just light, but I just want to make sure.
A chain shirt is 50 gold. Yep.
Wow.
Oh, you guys haven't made any money yet.
Yeah.
You're spending what you already have.
Yeah, I'm rich.
good.
Yep. Yeah. So you gain proficiency with light armor. Yeah. You do not gain
Okay,
proficiency
that's what I
with
thought.
With medium armor. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna wait. Dolan's back at the
I'm happy.
stall. All right.
I imagine you guys are all back in the middle
All right.
where the market is.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can hear me arguing with the stable guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of.
haggle.
I'm gonna call it like Duckblade. Please, this conversation is going nowhere. I don't think that we can haggle with this child.
Fine, I guess I'll just walk.
Can I buy some booze?
You can. Yes. Yeah. There are many vendors selling flasks of mead and wine. Yeah.
Yeah, let's get a flask of mead.
Perfect. A flask of mead will be 5. What the fuck is it? Is it
Copper.
Copper pieces. I don't know why I wanted to say bronze. Yeah, copper pieces.
Copper. All right.
Yeah.
I only have gold on me. Can they,
I mean, they'll give you the change for
yeah.
it. Yeah.
So I walk in and I just tell the guys like, hey, can I have a flask of your finest mead?
Absolutely. Yeah, and they'll give it to you.
All
So
right.
before you get there, while
Yeah.
you're talking to him or yelling at him to stop arguing
I'm
with
not
the
yelling
stable.
at him.
Well, I can't imagine everything's within a 5-foot
Wait.
proximity.
I yelled. He was calm.
I ask you, what was the situation with the stables?
The stables. I walked in, and I purchased the best axe beak I could find.
What did you name your axe beak, Mason?
Axe beak does not have a name.
Does not have a name yet. Okay.
I think names are
All right.
weird.
Oh, hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
give
fine.
a face of
Yeah.
acknowledgement.
You have to 30 gold to buy, 10 to rent, and you have to turn them into the next town, as if I recall.
Thank you.
And there's a child running the stables.
I mean, it's like a 16, 17-year-old boy, but
To
yeah.
me, that's a child.
Yeah, it's a child. Yeah.
Thank you, Mason.
All right.
You know, Mason,
Mm.
I think Axbeak and Duckblade are gonna be best friends.
He likes
I'm
you.
gonna do the same stint with the armor, seeing if there's any single damaged armor.
They tell you no. They only have the pristine armor with them. They don't carry any rejects. Yeah.
So how much silver? That was 5 silver?
For the booze,
Yeah.
it was
5 copper.
5 copper.
5 copper. Oh my
Yep.
god, how do I break gold and copper?
It's 10 and 10.
10 and 10. Yep.
All right.
10 copper is a silver. 10 silver is a gold. Yeah.
All
And then Funame, did you want anything else in the market? We've been in Brinchander for a while. We need to.
Yeah, no. I'm
yeah.
I'm pretty much done. I'm
Cool.
gonna go to the stable, and I'm gonna rent a dog sled.
Yeah, absolutely.
For it's only 10 gold pieces.
10 gold pieces, and then whenever you arrive to your next town, they said they have a person in every town who you can turn the sled into once you get there.
Is the town more than a day's ride?
It depends what town you're going to. If you're going to Tourmaline, they said it was 5 hours by foot. If you are on Mount, it'll be about 2.5 hours. Yes.
Would you like to go in on a dog sled, Sir?
I'll tell you.
How do you say your name?
Oh wait. That's
Duckblade,
My
right?
name is Dolan Duckblade.
Dolan.
Well,
okay.
I chime in. I'm willing to help you to purchase an axe wing
Oh, okay. I turn to
or axe
Dolan.
beak. I keep calling it
Axe
axe
beak,
wing,
yeah.
Yeah, I turn to Dolan and say, Dolan, how do you feel about going in on an axe beak? Remember that if we are away from the town where the stable is, we are liable for charges.
Yes, yeah. The stables cost about a silver piece to stable your axe beak for the day.
Oh, that's not
When
bad.
you arrive at a town, yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I'm trying to minimize overhead. Sorry, Dolan.
So you're gonna get a fucking dog sled with like 6 dogs? How many dogs are in a dog sled?
It's actually I think it's 10.
10
I think it's
dogs.
10
and
dogs
and
for
it's
a
one
dog
way.
sled.
We're only going to the
Oh,
city
so
next door.
You're gonna rent it? Okay, sure.
yeah, that's why I said
All right.
renting for.
All right. Well,
it's okay. I'll just rent it. Just
yeah,
rent it.
all right.
just
It's
rent
your
it.
it's
Okay.
your
Yeah,
it's your-
yeah.
All right, so you and I are
Your
going to
choice.
split the dog sled then.
Split it.
So that would be 5 gold each if you were going to
Yes.
split the dog
Much
sled.
cheaper than a $50.
or 50 gold piece. Well, you only have to pay that one once.
Yeah, true.
I only have 9 gold on this, sir.
I'll tell you what, Dolan. I am happy to float you the 5 gold pieces.
You know what? I'm gonna take most of that.
For a 5% APR
Over 45 years.
over 45 years.
Yeah, High Elves definitely.
Hey, thank you for the sub profit. Appreciate it.
Invented interest.
Yeah. All right, so what are you guys doing?
Yeah, so did you want to take
You
the
got-
sled with
you
me,
guys are
or
gonna
did you
rent-
did you want him to buy you an axe beak?
Let's do the dog sled.
You guys
Fuck
can
it.
both fit on an axe beak because you are a little bit lighter than Mason is.
Yeah, of course.
But
I weigh like nothing.
Yeah, so that's up to you guys.
a bird. He's got bird bones.
Exactly. You guys are both
Yeah.
very light, so you can both fit on an axe
I
beak.
do have bird bones.
Okay. Then
So dog sled?
we'll just do dog sled.
Okay, dog sled for now.
Okay, I'll pull
So
5.
that's 5 gold from each of you.
4 gold left.
Dolan, I can float you the 5 gold until we complete our first
I
adventure.
have the 5 gold. Just tell me.
So I'm
Wait.
gonna bring you guys to,
I nod
to
by your
Icewinddale
willingness
proper.
to pay up front.
All right. And the North Look Inn is in this next town we're gonna visit.
The Northlook Inn is in the same town.
Oh, okay.
That's the inn for Bryn Shander. Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys want to rest before we leave, or?
It's still midday,
Oh,
so
okay.
it's up to you guys. It's still the middle of the afternoon, so
Ha-
you guys do have plenty of
All right.
time.
Are you guys tired, or do you want to rest before
Let's
we
rest
leave?
when we get there.
Okay.
I'm ready to go to the next town.
Let's go
Mason.
to the next town then.
So you guys are in Bryn Shander. So, just so I know what you guys are doing. So the dwarves who asked you guys to retrieve the sled of iron from the Yeti that attacked, and they had to abandon the sled. They said that they abandoned the sled around here. So this area right here, labeled the Dwarven Valley,
All right.
that's where they had to abandon the sled. And then Tourmaline, the town that Duvain told you needed help, is right here to the left of it.
okay.
So are you guys heading to the town, or do you guys
Oh,
want
yeah.
to take
Let's
care of
talk
the
about
sled first? Yeah, so you guys
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about that. Let me know.
I feel like we should head to the town first, just to make sure that we are recollected and ready to go.
What do you guys think?
Do we know what the weather is like outside?
Currently, it's not too bad. It's a very light snow currently, as you guys are standing in the market in Bryn Shander. There's just, a little bit of snow falling over you guys.
I suggest we head for the sled and then the town.
I think we should try and get that sled before it gets snowed over a little.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Well, then I go and I rent the sled and do that. Sorry, quick question.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
there
go ahead.
any oil in the market? Like a flask of oil?
There is, yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna buy a flask of oil
You can
right
buy
now.
flasks of oil. That will be 1 gold piece.
Okay, I'm only going to buy one.
Yes. Yep. You are more than welcome to. Yeah, the torches that you guys have already come pre-soaked in oil. But yeah, more oil is never a bad thing.
Yep. I'm ready to go, gentlemen.
Perfect. All right. So
right.
you guys set out towards Tourmaline, but from my understanding, you guys are going to try to go for that sled first, and then see if you find that, and then head to Tourmaline after. So you guys head out. You guys head out on the main road, and head out towards where they told you that the sled was at. As you guys near the Dwarven Valley, where Hlun told you where they got attacked by that Yeti, the snow's starting to get worse. Visibility is getting bad. And the next thing you know, a blizzard descends on you, reducing visibility to 20 feet. And Kelvin's Cairn, that big mountain that was just in your view, disappears as the blowing snow and howling winds engulf you. As you guys keep traveling, I'm going to need a group survival check to see if you guys are able to stay on course.
Wait, I have a response to
Go
this.
ahead. Yes, please.
Okay.
The blizzard is howling.
Can I still see him? Is he ahead of me or behind
Yes.
me?
No, you guys are traveling together. So you guys are mushing the sled, and Mason is traveling right next to you in the axe beak. You guys are about the same speed. Yeah.
What's the visibility on the axe beak?
Like
Better than the dogs? Just curious.
No, I'd say it's the same. Yeah,
The same.
it's the same.
Mason, would you like to lead?
Sure.
Okay. And then I'm now going to say, Mason, do you mind if I do something a little invasive? It's called message magic. It allows us to speak freely between each other without the use of our voices. Meaning that if we get lost in the blizzard,
I agree.
Okay, I'm going to cast message, and I'm going to point at my target.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I'm going to use the cantrip message.
All right, cantrip message.
Can you hear me? And obviously it's in your head.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to explain that Doland cannot hear us, and I dictate to Doland what your responses are.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to shorten that, just to make it easier right now.
Sounds good.
So for everyone wondering if you're not familiar with D&D, this is the cantrip that Funame just cast.
All right.
Yep, so you can basically hear Funame in your mind now, Mason,
I'm-
as you guys are traveling through this blizzard.
I'm a little weirded out, but it's nothing too beyond.
Yeah,
what
it's
I've
nothing
seen.
you
Yeah,
haven't
yeah.
seen before. You know from your training as a paladin that paladins practice in a little bit of magic.
Yeah.
It's nothing too crazy.
It's
Nothing
common
crazy.
magic.
Yeah, very common.
Nothing crazy.
Um,
Never done it before.
But now
It's my
I
first
need
time.
you guys to roll a d20 and tell me your survival scores. I believe it is
Ooh.
wisdom.
15
19.
So 15 plus your wisdom.
plus 2. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you have a 17. And then Brandon, what did you roll? What's your wisdom?
19.
So you rolled a 22.
I got 9.
And Duckblade rolled a 9. So it was a group check, so that's okay. So because those two succeeded, they carried you along with them. So that's what a group check is. So even though this blizzard is ravaging around you and you guys can't see, you're able to keep on track.
Oh, cool.
And so you guys don't lose any time through the blizzard.
Nice.
So after about another 15 minutes, you crest a snow-covered ridge, and the blizzard finally lets up, and you're able to see a little bit further out. It's now just a light snowfall again. And in front of you, you see a frozen, dismembered corpse in the gully in front of you. Snow covers some of the gory bits, but the headless torso and severed limbs are visible. You see tracks in the snow all around the corpse, and the telltale grooves in the snow left behind by a sled that has been hauled away.
I'm gonna
So, you don't need to roll. The corpse is obviously a dwarf. You can tell that for sure. They didn't give you any like
Descriptions.
defining features or descriptions, but the corpse is definitely a dwarf.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
gonna communicate to. I'm sorry, I forget your name.
Just call me Funame.
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 You can also, I don't know if you might not be able to see up there, but you can also see the names up there too. Yeah.
That must be Ubak, the dead dwarf from the dwarf adventurers that they were talking about. That must be Ubak.
Can I make an investigation check? to?
You absolutely can.
Yeah,
Go ahead and roll investigation for me, and I'll let you know what you see.
What do you want me to roll?
A d20.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm +4. 'cause I have it,
Investigation
yeah.
is right there. Yep. So you get a +2 from that, and then your intelligence is +4. So you get a +6 roll
What are you investigating?
to your investigation.
The
He's investigating the scene, basically,
Okay.
the bloody.
Oof.
So what's that?
6
6 plus
plus-
4, so 10.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so you definitely see that the body seems to have its arms ripped off, and you can see that most of its internal organs seem to have been eaten. So you definitely think that they were right in assuming that whatever attacked them was a Yeti. Other than that, you don't really determine anything else. You definitely do see, as everyone else does, the sled tracks that are kind of leading off into the distance, that are hurriedly being covered up by the snow.
I say to Funame, let's track down this sled.
Agreed.
All right.
I turn to. By the way, are we talking in voices
We're-
or in our head?
We're talking in our head.
Well, you're all right there, yeah. I mean, well, you
I'm
can talk.
repeating back
Yeah.
to you then.
I'm
Well-
still talking in the voice because it's cool.
I'm at the corpse and I'm saying in Dwarvish, do you need healing?
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, no response from the dwarf who has his intestines eaten. But yeah.
By the way, sorry. As a part of the
Yeah.
investigation, how frozen is it?
You think it's been in the snow maybe less than a day?
Less than a day.
Less than a day, yeah.
Hey,
Thank
Horse
you.
Father,
Yeah,
thanks
for-
for gifting the subs.
Hey, Johnny.
Thanks, Johnny.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Alright,
yeah. So the tracks lead off in an obvious direction to the north. So
I hear what Duckface says, and I feel a little sad.
so north would be.
Did you notice it
it's
was your voice?
it's kind of northeast,
Huh?
yeah. So
Did you notice
it
it was
leads
in
off
your
towards a
voice?
little bit towards Kelvin's.
No,
camp.
I didn't.
Yep.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Was it in my voice?
Yeah, it was in your voice.
It was in my voice. Oh, if it was in my voice, then I'm kind of like, huh? That was. I'm not sure what to think about that. I'll probably ask you about it later.
I agree, Mason.
All right, let's go. Let's go find this sled, baby.
All right. So you guys haul ass after the tracks. In about 30 minutes, you finally catch up. So the creatures you've been following appear to be goblins, based on their stature. All 6 of them groan, grunt, and curse loudly as they haul the bulky sled toward what appears to be a 20-foot-tall wagon parked in the snow. Harnessed to this conveyance are 2 roaring polar bears that don't look happy. And I'll show you guys the scene that you see in front of you on the map. Give me just a moment. So, this is the scene that you guys see.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yep,
dun,
you're good.
dun. I'm gonna grab a stick.
Oh, fuck.
No, you're good. Yeah. No, what happens?
All right. So wait. So did Brandon cheat already?
Huh?
No. He wrote down his mending spell as a first level spell, but it's actually a cantrip. So
Oh,
he just
okay.
needs to add another first level spell.
All right. So
Which is fine. So through the snow, and it's snowing a little bit, so you can just barely make it out in the distance. But you can see 2 roaring polar bears who don't seem thrilled to be tied up to this carriage. And you see goblins. You can see 6 goblins. 4 of them are pulling this sled of iron towards the wagon, and 2 other goblins are sitting on top of the wagon, just kind of going, come on.
Okay.
So the bears don't look happy.
No. Not at all.
I ask you if you speak to animals through our message link.
I can communicate to animals. I can usually get a response, but I do not understand them sometimes.
If we engage, is there any chance you can have the polar bears help us out?
Unlikely.
So as you guys are communicating with each other, you hear a shout. And you look up and you see one of the goblins on the wagon is pointing right in your direction, and it's screaming.
Oh no.
and you see the other goblins drop the sled of iron, and they start reaching for bows on their backs.
Cheese it, it's the fuzz.
So am I part of this conversation right now, or are you going to tell
I'm
me later?
recanting what I hear from him.
In real time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know everything. You know
Okay,
everything that's
sure.
going on. Yeah.
Is there any way like I could see him looking towards us and do a stealth check to like for myself to duck out of the way?
To try and dodge out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Have
Roll-
they fired,
do
or
it
are
in
they
my
just...
chat.
No, they haven't fired yet. They're just reaching for their bows.
Okay.
You are on the sled. So what are you trying to do? Are you trying to like dodge into a snowdrift, or are you trying to hide in the sled?
Probably dodge into a snowdrift.
Okay, so you're trying to bail off the sled and do a stealth check.
I'm thinking either that or behind the sled.
It's up to you. What would Duckblade do? To duck out of the way.
Yeah, let's do into a snowdrift. Let's duck into a snowdrift.
Okay, go ahead. All right, roll a stealth check for me as you dive off of the.
3
Ooh,
but plus
that is a good bonus.
plus 7,
Plus
10.
7, 10. That's not bad. I am gonna go ahead and roll the goblin to see if they notice you. The goblin rolled a 12. They see you duck in. They see you dive off the sled and into the snowdrift. Yeah.
Now you're off the sled and you're 80.
Yep. So
I'm 80 what?
they're about to start firing. So are you guys staying on your mounts and riding towards them? Or
Okay.
what are you guys doing
Okay,
in this
so-
situation?
Mason does not see any way out of this situation. He knows our goblins, right?
This is what the goblins look
Yeah.
like.
He knows goblins.
There's 6 total goblins.
Basically, if they see you, we're
At disadvantage.
we're pretty much dead meat if we run away. So my course of action is to take the challenge on directly. I communicate with my axe beak. I tell him, let's charge forward. I put my shield up and charge forward, and as a secondary action or a bonus action, I will use hidden step and turn myself invisible as I'm charging forward
Okay.
with my shield up.
All right.
Does that include the axe speaker? No.
It does not.
It does not.
It
Okay.
is just him.
I communicate to you via the head.
So
trauma.
you saw Duckblade jump off of your sled.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
So
tell,
he's in the snow now.
I'm just gonna tell you that Duckblade has fallen off because I couldn't tell if it was intentional or not because he missed his check.
I just say get him up.
Oh, and I will recant. Wait for us because I have to circle the sled back because we are going on a sled, and so he is
we
far
were
behind us.
moving?
Yes.
You guys were moving. Yeah.
That's why I looked at you and I just did. You're 80 away, Dale. You're 80 away.
No.
Anyways.
So what's going to happen is that you guys are going to be 20 more feet forward. 15, 20. So you guys are going to be there by the time you're having the conversation to stop. So are you guys going to stop the mounts?
I'm not stopping my mount.
Okay.
I say you.
He's not stopping.
Yeah.
Are you stopping for Dolan? For Dolan Duckblade?
No.
Okay.
catch up.
All right.
I can catch
So
up.
I'm
at
gonna
this
tell you
point,
that I'm not stopping. and I
at
will
this
support
point,
you.
we are now in combat.
All right.
Initiative has
Oh,
started.
Wait, sorry. Before combat, as I see him roll off, I'm going to point and do the message to Dale, and it cancels my message.
Okay,
with
yeah.
You, and
So
I'm letting
now
you know
you're
that.
now you're messaging with Dale. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
So I
right.
can't message with you anymore, but I let you know via the head stuff.
Okay.
So now you and I must communicate vocally.
Yeah. We must communicate vocally now.
Because in order for me to use it on him, I have to cancel it.
He
with
can't
you.
talk in
Oh,
your
okay,
mind
got
anymore.
you.
Is,
All right.
is what he's saying.
Well, before you go, I just say catch up with me and
Actually, I have
No.
a better idea.
wait.
No, it's a terrible idea. Never mind.
All right, I said pick them up and flank them basically.
And not support you.
No,
No, he's saying to flank them.
flank them. Like
Oh,
once
you
you
said pick
grab,
him up.
Duckblade.
Oh, okay, so
flank
you are
them.
telling me to go back
You
for
see where
Duckblade.
I'm going? Hit him from the side, basically.
Okay. You do realize you will be defenseless until we get there.
I am not defenseless. I'm a fucking paladin.
Let's go.
I am still going to say the same as my character.
All right.
Okay, so
I
will
shrug
have
off
to
your insult.
So, what I need you guys to do is I need you guys to roll d20s and add your initiative. So, I don't think we wrote in your guys' initiative. So, your initiative is your dexterity modifier.
Oh, nice.
So, yours is going to be +5. Whatever your dexterity is, Mason, I think it's +1.
Yeah.
So, you have a +1 to initiative.
Oh yeah, I have a
I have
plus
plus
one.
And then you have a +3 to initiative.
Yeah, I already marked it.
Okay.
I don't
perfect.
have any inspiration.
Correct.
yeah,
Nobody
no
starts
one
with
does.
inspiration. Yeah, that's
That's wrong.
oh,
I thought that was initiative.
Nope.
All right.
Yeah, you're fine. Yep.
My
Initiative is right there.
My
Yeah.
initiative
okay.
is +1.
Yep. So you guys go ahead and roll d20s for that, and then give me just a moment. Keep track of what you rolled. That's unfortunate. Hey, it happens.
13 plus 1.
Okay. All right. So give me just a moment, and I'll add you guys in.
It's because I got to go back to this
How do I keep
stupid
getting
duck.
let's roll?
That's okay.
I got a 7.
I got a 1. I don't know how.
Or a total, I got 7.
Oh, well, I got a 1 plus 3, so 4.
What's your dexterity?
18.
No, 17.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at the wrong one.
17. You liar. Okay, so initiative for you. And then I'll change that. So what'd you roll, Brandon?
A 1. I
oh.
rolled a 1.
And then all together though, what'd you roll?
Oh, it would have been a 1
It would have been a
plus
4?
3, so 4.
Okay, 4. Gotcha. Okay, so 4. And then give me just a moment while I get.
And I let you know
Jeff's-
via message that it is a message, and that this is what I had with said
So,
giant.
Furbolgs aren't very intelligent, at least mine isn't. But he's decently wise. So, charging a game of goblins is not intelligent, but charging in with a plan is wise.
And I'm going to let Duckblade know that I'm going to swing around and pick you up with the dogs
Gotcha.
to be ready.
And then what's your dexterity? It's 12?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. 12.
12 plus 1.
And initiative. Okay. And then, Jeff, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 13 plus 1.
So 14?
Yeah.
Perfect.
And also I'm invisible.
You are invisible, correct. And then
I
Duckblade.
got 7 total.
Just a moment. Duckblade.
And these are standard goblins, right?
Yes, you don't see any reason why they wouldn't be. And you have 20 dexterity?
Me?
Yes. So that's your initiative. And then, what did you roll?
Oh,
Duckblade?
I got 7 total.
7 total. Gotcha. Perfect. Okay. All right. That's everybody. So the first to react are the polar bears, who do nothing. They are just angry. They're at the helm of the carriage, and they're kind of just like pulling against their reins and just rah. And that will end their turn. And next up is Mason. Mason, you are on your axe beak. So your axe beak has a movement speed of 50 feet. So you can move up to here if you would like, which is pretty damn close to these guys.
Hold on. I want to get behind that peak, and I want to shoot at the closest goblin to me with my crossbow.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll a d20 and add your crossbow.
3.
So 10
Yeah.
plus 3 is 13.
13.
I will let you know if that hits the goblin. It does not.
Oof.
So you take your crossbow out, you're on your axe beak, you shoot, it hits the ground just in front of the goblin, unfortunately.
All right, I'm going to put me down 1 bolt. Did I even have bolts for this thing?
You did. You start with 20, and then you bought another 20, so you have
Oh.
40.
I have 39, yeah.
Yep, now you have 39, yeah.
Okay, all right.
So that was your movement and your action. You can do a bonus action if you'd like. I don't know if you have anything that you can.
I used my bonus action, turning invisible.
That's right. Yeah.
Foolishly. And now I cannot use that again until a short or long rest.
Yep, that's okay.
And I guess I was anticipating an attack, but that didn't happen. And now I'm no longer invisible since I attacked.
Since you attacked, yep.
All right.
All right, so it is the goblin's turn now.
Fuck.
Oh, damn.
And the goblins are looking at you, Mason, who just fired your crossbow on top of that snowdrift at them. And they are going to start shooting at you.
Shit.
So
I got my shield out, though.
You do, correct. So 2 of them are still trying to pull the sled closer and closer to the carriage, but 2 of them pull their short bows out, and they knock their arrows, and they try to shoot at you.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Let's see if they hit you. So the first one rolled an 11.
Mm.
Does that hit your AC?
My AC is 18.
Yep. So one of them knocks an arrow and shoots it at you, and it's close, and you just bat it away with your shield.
Nice.
Not today. The second arrow is coming, though. And this one is a 14. Does that hit?
Armor class is 18.
Yep. So you just step out of the way.
Oh,
nope.
nice,
That arrow's not hitting you.
All right.
That is it for the goblins.
So my armor class is what on my chainmail and
Plus your shield.
plus
So
my
you have an AC of 18.
18. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm a beast.
Oh, paladins are a beast. So now, you guys notice that there's one goblin in particular who seems to be calling the shots. And it's this one, who's standing up on the carriage. His armor's a little bit nicer, and he looks a little bit meaner than the other goblins. And he's kind of like, you, pull the iron, you, shoot the bows. And then he... let's see. He doesn't have range for that. He's going to hop off the carriage, and he's going to start helping pull the iron on the sled closer. Now, let me get rid of that. Now, it is Duckblade's turn.
All right. How far away am I from...
So, Duckblade, you are 75 feet away from the closest goblin.
And how far away am I from...
From Mason?
No, from Funame.
Funame, you are 20 feet away.
Has he started turning around yet?
You see he's in the process of turning around, yeah. If that's what you were doing, right?
Yeah.
You were, okay, so he's in the process of turning. He's not quite there yet.
Is speaking a bonus action?
No, you can speak for free. You can shout, yeah.
I say to him, keep going.
Okay, yep.
And-
Funame, you hear that?
Oh, we have a mind link, so you don't have to
in my
shout.
mind, I say, keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And I attempt to run towards the cart and jump on. I have 30 moves.
Yeah. 30 feet. That's more than enough to get you there. So you use your monk abilities to kind of just and just run, and you're able to hop back on the sled with Funame.
You forgot to roll initiative for my owl.
Does the owl have its own initiative for
Uh,
a Find Familiar?
I believe so.
If so, I will roll for it. No worries. I think it goes after you.
Duckblade goes, keep going! And then climbs
it has
on.
a 2.
Let's see. Acts independently of you. Oh, okay. It rolls its own initiative. Gotcha. Okay, no worries. And you conjured an owl, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, give me just a moment. Let me get the owl sheet in here. Owl, boop. Perfect. And then I will roll initiative for the owl. Thank you, Brandon, for reminding me. I forgot about your little buddy.
And I pull out the rope with the hook on it, and I just start practicing, like, swinging it.
Hell yeah, dude. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll just, if it's okay with you, I'm just going to go ahead and roll the owl's initiative now.
Okay.
So the owl rolled a 13. So it should have gone before Duckblade, but that's okay. We're just going to have it go right after Duckblade. No big deal.
It's just going to fly above the main...
Above the battlefield?
Yeah.
Okay.
Enough that I am within range of, I'd say, 80...
What's the range on Find Familiar?
100.
100. Okay, so it has to be within 100 feet of you.
Yeah, but they're only 80 away.
Yeah,
so,
exactly, yeah.
I'm fine with that. But
So-
I want to do it so I'm high enough up that it's much harder for them to hit.
Okay, so you want it to fly like 100 feet up?
Ooh.
Let's do 60 feet above
Mm-hmm.
and 80 feet out.
40.
40.
40. Okay.
Oh, wait. I have to do linear. But it's already above me. So if
Yeah.
I just send it
So it'll be here, and it'll be 60 feet in the air.
But what is it in the air now, I guess?
It is 60 feet in the air. It was right on your shoulder
Okay.
when you were,
Okay, then that's fine. That's
Okay,
fine.
perfect.
So,
All right, so Duckblade, you used your movement. You still have an action and a bonus action if you would like it.
So I got off the rope and I have it swinging.
You're swinging your rope.
And I say to Funame, get me close to the loud one.
Perfect.
And I don't know, getting ready stance
Yeah.
or something.
So if you're not going to use your action, what you can do is you can hold your action. So if you decide to hold your action, you can basically set a series of circumstances, and if that circumstances gets met, you can use an action. So what do you want to do when Funame gets close to the goblins?
I want to try and grapple the talkie one.
Okay, perfect.
With the grappling gun.
So you're gonna set your reaction to, if you get close enough to throw your rope at the boss goblin, you're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Try
perfect.
hook on his armor or something.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, all right. That is Duckblade's turn. It is now Funame's turn. All right, Funame, you're steering the dog sled. Duckblade has miraculously jumped back in after jumping out just mere seconds
I'm
ago.
imagining you jumping off and just fumbling in the snow
Yeah,
as you
and then just super speed
Like a
running
ninja.
back in.
He monk ran
And
back
I
in.
have out a rope with a hook and I'm swinging it.
Yep.
I
I
need to
say
see
get
the
me close to
battlefield.
the.
Yeah, so
That's
this is the battlefield. So your familiar's here, so you're able to see everything.
Yeah, okay.
You can see the goblins up here, and then you guys are in the sled here. You have a speed of 50 feet on the dog sled.
I have about 50 feet of rope, so if I'm within 50 feet of range, I can.
So you can get to about here with the dog sled. This is 50 feet.
Will 50 feet take us on this side, the blind side of the...
I think so.
Wagon.
Let me see. Yeah, you could get to here.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Funame steers the sled, and you guys are able to get within this amount of range of the dog sled. So, Duckblade has held his action. You are now within range of the goblin boss. So you're going to try to throw your hook and grab him.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make a acrobatics check.
Awesome.
So you still have your action, don't worry. But Duckblade was holding his action
right,
until he got within range.
Never mind.
So now that
I
he's
forgot
within
that you did
range,
that.
yeah. So now he's gonna go. So go ahead and roll an acrobatics check to see if you can launch this rope and hook onto him.
Oh!
Nice.
18.
So plus your acrobatics.
Plus. And I'm trained in acrobatics.
Yep. So that's 2 plus your
set
dex.
5 plus 7.
Oh, so that's a
25.
25.
Yeah, you fucking.
All right.
this guy.
Let's see. Let's see if the goblin boss is able to dodge it. He is not. He rolled an 18. Duckblade, you throw your hook out, and it perfectly lands in his armor, and you have him hooked now on your rope.
I yelled. Can I communicate
Yeah,
communicate telepathically to Funame? Take him. Let's go to the bears.
Take him to the bears.
Yeah, take him to the bears.
So you've used your full movement already, Funame.
Yes.
So now you have your action and your bonus action. If you want, you can use your action to keep moving, or you can attack or do any other thing you want to do, and then you have your bonus action as well.
I think that's a good idea, personally, but that's amazing.
To move?
To like drag him to the bears. That's fucking.
The bears are pissed.
Yeah, the bears probably won't react very well.
So you're close. You can definitely get to the bears, and you can even go past them.
yeah, that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
because he's gonna drag.
You could
behind
you could get up to here if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Totally up to you, Funame.
And they're goblins.
You're seeing the situation. You see that Duckblade has this goblin hooked, and you're steering the sled of dogs.
I guess I'm gonna circle around. If that makes
Okay.
sense. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna drag them past.
You're gonna head this way,
Yeah, and then turn.
and then circle around like that.
Right. But I'm
Okay.
gonna keep them. So because I'm only going, I want to start my circle, but I
Mhm.
want to be right in front of the bears.
Okay,
So
so
like
you want to
small.
start your circle and then end like here.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, so Duckblade, you have the goblin secured in your rope, and Funame leads the dog sleds around, and you're dragging the goblin boss behind you. He's frantically trying to grasp at the hook and get himself up, and he's just sliding in the snow. As he passes, go ahead.
Can the bears hear me from here? Probably not. Huh?
They could if you shouted.
Okay, I'm gonna shout to the bears using my speech of beast and leaf. I'm gonna shout at them, be like, we got one for you to, like, we got a snack for you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they hear you, and you don't think they need any they need any motivation. Yeah. As soon as you're dragging the goblin behind you and the polar bears get within reach, this polar bear right here that's next to the goblin immediately lunges at it, and he's gonna swipe at it. So let's see if he hits.
Duckblade, let go of the rope, please.
Okay, can I?
Yeah. After it gets hit, you can absolutely let go of the rope.
That's probably a good idea.
Okay.
So here we go.
The goblins.
So that's a 21 to hit and 17 slashing damage. So that hits, and it hurts the goblin so badly.
Is it dead?
It's not dead. You can see the goblin still like moving, but you can see it's ripped its armor off, and you can see its organs inside of its
I
chest.
don't want to keep dragging it.
Yeah, you can keep dragging it. It's up to you.
No, I'll let go.
Yeah.
I'll let go of the rope.
So you let go, and the goblin's just on the snow. You can see the snow is just red from
Is that
blood.
from only one of the polar bears? There are two.
Yep, there are two. The other one's not close enough, but the one that was close enough took an attack against it. Yeah.
I thought we positioned it so that we left the goblin right in front of both of them.
So currently you could only get this far, so he's only in
gotcha.
front of one of them for now.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then Funame, you only have a bonus action left. Would you like to do anything else, or are you done?
I guess I'll just defend myself.
Yeah, no worries. All right, so Funame ends his turn.
Dude, that was so awesome.
That was pretty cool. And guess what?
That was pretty cool.
It's the polar bear's turn.
Yeah.
And what's right in front of the polar bear is that dumb, stupid goblin. So the polar bear is going to take another swipe at it. That's a 13. It missed. It does get 2 attacks, though. It is going to now try to bite it. Ooh, unfortunately, the goblin evaded the polar bears. It's kind of just rolling around in the snow. Because the polar bears are harnessed onto the carriage, they are unable to move. So the other polar bear is not able to attack. And that is it for the polar bears. Mason, it is your turn. You are on top of your axe beak on this little ridge, and you are 35 feet away from the nearest goblins.
Question.
Yep, go ahead.
Do the goblins react to any of that at all?
Oh, yeah. They're screaming. They're like, ah! And they're grabbing their swords and drawing their bows.
They're shaking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they don't seem thrilled.
All right, so here's I'm gonna do something crazy.
Hell yeah, dude.
All right, so I see what happened.
Yep. They dragged that goblin in front of the polar bear. Yep.
And they didn't seem to be too interested in my cohorts.
Yep.
So I'm actually gonna pull right in front of where these guys are chained to the cart.
Okay, so you're here. Let me see. So you have 50 feet of movement on your axe beak. Yeah. So you want to get like right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next to the
All
bear,
right.
or
Right where they're chained up.
Yeah, right where they're chained to the carriage. Absolutely, you're right there.
All right. I'm going to vibe check these guys. I'm going to insight. I'm gonna see if they even care that I'm there.
So I'm gonna have you roll an animal handling check.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll that. It should be towards the top of your skill list.
the second one.
Yep.
Yeah, I got that.
Yep. Perfect. So go ahead and roll that for me.
D20.
Yep. D20.
Plus your wisdom.
5
Plus your wisdom.
plus my wisdom 7.
So 7. Yeah, you don't really learn anything more. You definitely can tell that they seemed angry at the goblins in particular. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
But you don't learn anything more. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask them, basically like, freedom.
But we still have to pull it back. We still have to return it. So if they are free, it means we have to hire more bears in order to bring the sled back.
No.
We could just swap the dog sled.
You could carry it behind. We can figure it out.
It's an iron sled. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they got a plan.
Yeah.
And the town's not too far away.
The polar bears don't seem like they're really listening to you. You can see that they're just like salivating and clawing at this goblin that's right in front of
So
them.
they're not even.
They don't even acknowledge you. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna yell at him again and be like, "I'm letting you guys out, and I'm cutting that fucking rope."
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
You take
or
your
the-
warhammer and go,
Yeah.
bam,
Or
and the chain snaps.
Yeah.
Are you gonna free both of them? You can if you want.
Yeah. I'll free both. Of them.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
You take your warhammer and snap the other chain. Bam! Both polar bears are now free. So that is your action and your movement.
Yes.
Do you want to do anything for your bonus action? I'm not sure if you can.
I don't have any bonus action.
You will soon, but yeah, I don't think you have any yet.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's no, I don't have any bonus actions. No, that's it. I guess my if you want to call it a bonus action, I'll turn around. I'll just turn around and see what.
Yeah,
the
just
situation
be
is.
ready for the
Yeah,
goblins. Yeah. I mean they're all looking at you. They're drawing their swords and pulling their bows
I'm
out.
gonna
Yeah.
prepare for the worst.
Yep. All right, so it is Funame's familiar's turn. It is the owl's turn. What commands are you giving your
Stupid
owl?
Fucking owl gonna do.
I mean, I
Go
have
for the eyes, Boobo.
I have oversight, but you cannot attack with the familiar.
Aw.
Yes, yep. You cannot attack with the familiar. Yeah. So you can communicate with it telepathically. As an action, you can choose to see through its eyes.
You have to leave me blind.
But
I
that's
can
not
cast-
on. But you have to do that on your turn.
I was about to say I can cast spells from it too, but it has to be done on my turn.
Yep, and the spell has to be a range of touch.
Yeah.
So the familiar has to be able to touch whatever it's casting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, it's not going to be able to really do anything. Do you want it to like
Fine.
move position or anything?
I mean, I can't distract them really then. Huh?
It's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
leave it as oversight.
Yeah.
In case
Yeah. Absolutely. Do you want to move it like a little bit closer?
Yeah. Just immediately.
Kind of get
over
like
us.
a yeah. Okay. Yeah. Get like a
Can't maybe
range of
yell
what's
at
going
anything or
on.
anything like that?
I can make it screech.
It's an owl.
It's an owl.
Yeah.
It's fucking useless.
Well, it's a familiar.
It took you an
Yeah.
hour to summon this useless bird.
All right. So it is.
I'm fine with that.
It is the goblin's turn. And this goblin hops off the carriage right next to you, Mason. And it goes, "Rah!" And it is going to swing at you.
All right.
Here it comes.
Meat's back on the menu.
Boom.
boys.
It rolled a 13.
Miss.
Oh, that misses. Yeah, it swings its sword in on you, and you just block it with your shield.
How did the Urukai know what a menu was?
That is true. They would have to have knowledge of menus, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, so these... so the other two goblins that were pulling the sled, they stop pulling the sled, and they run next to you, and they are now surrounding you, Mason. So you're going to get 2 more goblin attacks.
All right, let's do it.
Boom, boom. Oh, no. So one of them crit you
Oh no.
and hit you for 14 slashing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow. That kills me.
All right.
I'm dead.
Mason, you are down. So this goblin gets a lucky hit while you're distracted, and it slips through your armor and slices into your chest. And you feel the life slip from your body
I'm at -2
as you
health.
fall into the snow. Yep, you are at -2. The other two goblins.
That's fucked up.
That was a very unlucky crit. The other 2 goblins are going to shoot their short bows at the sled. So this one is coming at Duckblade. So does 17 hit you, Duckblade?
Nope.
Nice. So you're able to dodge this. All right. That is it for the goblins. It is the goblin boss's turn. The one who was dragged in front of the polar bear.
Is he still tied up?
He is, but he's going to use his action to free himself from the hook.
Oh my god, this guy's a savage.
And he's going to try to run away from the polar bear. The polar bear is going to try and hit him as he runs away. So let's see if that hits. Ooh, it is a miss. the goblin boss is able to get away from the polar bear, and he's going to run over here. And it is now Duckblade's turn.
Where did he run to?
He ran, so you can see on the map. Here, let me zoom in a little bit. So the goblin boss is right here.
And we're going around the cart right now?
Yeah, currently Funame is taking the dog sled in like a Tokyo Drift formation. If you know.
How close to dead is he?
He looks like he's like an inch away from death's door. I mean, literally, his intestines are falling out of his stomach, and he's like holding them in. Yeah.
I'm gonna stay on the cart, and actually, I'm gonna throw a dart at him.
Yeah. What's your range on the dart?
20/60.
Okay, so if you throw the dart further than 20 feet, it is going to be at disadvantage, and the goblin boss is 25 feet away from you.
Dang.
So if you do throw your dart, it is going to be at disadvantage.
Can I jump on top of the cart?
On the carriage?
Yeah, then
yeah,
throw one?
absolutely.
Okay. So that's what I'll do. I'll jump on top of the carriage.
All right. So Duckblade jumps off of the dog sled and onto the carriage. So you're now on top of the carriage.
And now am I within...
You are now within range, yes.
Now I'm going to throw a dart.
All right, go ahead and roll it. D20. Let's see if that hits.
7
plus 7.
14.
So 14. Let me see if that hits. It does not.
Oh, dang.
So it actually does hit, but you see it hit his shoulder pad, and it just like sticks in it, and it doesn't seem to hurt him. And he looks up at you and he says, "Ah!"
Dang, I snapped my fingers.
All right.
This goblin's as good as fucking dead. Though. I don't think we need to worry. He got the last laugh, but he will die.
Wait, I thought his armor was gone.
I can do. I have a bone.
It's like slight. It's mostly for description. If you get what I'm saying, like
I tried Death Noise.
Yeah, it's still there.
Using attack action, I can use an unarmed as a bonus.
You can. So, so you're not within range of anything, but you do still have 10 more feet of movement. You are within range to jump off the carriage and attack one of these goblins if you want to.
You could go for. You could jump off and kill.
You could try. Yeah, you absolutely could try.
You know, I'm gonna do it. Fuck.
Okay.
I'm gonna,
all right.
Can I jump off and try to kill?
Yeah. So you can jump off to here. So you see your character, and you are within range of the boss. Do you want to try and hit him, or do you want to go for one of the other goblins?
No, I gotta finish that boss.
Okay.
off.
All right. Roll that d20 for your unarmed strike.
He's gonna punch him to death. He's got his.
Oh.
Wow.
I jump and I miss. I
Yep.
You
You
punch
punch
yourself.
yourself.
Yep.
Yeah, you're just like you're there, but you're unable to follow through, and the goblin just kind of and just gets out of the way.
Dang.
Yeah,
okay.
you.
All right.
You fucking.
Duckblade is
rolled a 1
out
on
of
that.
actions. Funame, it is your turn. You are on the dog sled still. Currently, you are sliding through the snow.
Can you fucking help me? I'm dying.
You do see that Mason is lying on the floor now.
I'm fucking.
He's lying in the
I'm
snow.
-2 health.
Yeah.
Man. I am fucking. I'm almost. I'm like. I'm seeing Itlamar.
Take me. I'm gonna grab a drink.
I am fucking.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I'm good. I am at death's door right now.
I'm kind of hoping the polar bears will save me.
No.